Saint Virgin Mary's Coptic Church is one of the oldest churches in Egypt, which dates to the 3rd century. It belongs to the Coptic Orthodox Church of Alexandria. The Hanging Church is named for its location above the gatehouse of Babylon Fortress, the Roman fortress in Coptic Cairo or Old Cairo. Its nave is suspended over a passage. The church is approached by 29 steps. Early travelers to Cairo dubbed it the Staircase Church. The land surface has risen by some 6 meters since the Roman period, so the Roman tower is mostly buried below ground, reducing the visual impact of the church's elevated position. The entrance from the street is through iron gates under a pointed stone arch. The 19th century facade with twin bell towers is then seen beyond a narrow courtyard, decorated with a modern art biblical designs. Up the steps and through the entrance is a further small courtyard leading to the 11th century outer porch. The Hanging Church is the earliest churches in Cairo, competing only with Saint Sergius and Bacchus Church or Abu Sarga. The church was restored in the 6th century, erasing much of the evidence of the church origin. Carved reliefs believed to belong to the earlier structure closely resemble those found in the Syrian churches, which can be dated to the 3rd or 4th century. There is also a carved beam over the entranceway which can be dated to 284 AD, the stating date for the Coptic era. The Hanging Church is the most famous Coptic church in Cairo, as well as possibly the first built in Basilican style. The church is the site of several reported Marian apparitions. She is said to have appeared in a dream to Pope Abraham in the 970s in the story of how the Mokattam mountain was moved by faith of Simon the Tanner. The Hanging Church is dedicated to the Virgin Mary and contains sanctuaries to her and Saints John the Baptist and George. The church held many important ceremonies for the Coptic hierarchy of Cairo. These include the selection of and burial of patriarchs, the former occurring the 11th to 14th centuries while the later only between 11 and 12, as well as the consecration of holy oil and judgment of heresy trials. Selection of the date of Easter for every year was another important proceeding held within. These processes are held at the Hanging Church due to the movement in the 11th century of the patriarchal seat to Cairo from Alexandria. The Hanging Church has 110 icons, the oldest of which dates back to the 8th century, but most of them date to the 18th century. Nakla al-Barati Bey gave some of them as gifts in 1898 when he was the overseer of the church. Mosaics in crosses in relief are found with an ambo located north of the principal church central nave. The primitive church contains mosaics in a hollow in the south wall. Saint Sergius in Bacchus Church, also known as Abu Serga in Coptic Cairo, is one of the oldest Coptic churches in Egypt, dating back to the 4th century. This is traditionally believed to have been built on the spot where the Holy Family, Joseph, Mary, and the infant Jesus, rested at the end of their journey into the Egypt. They may have lived here while Joseph worked at the fortress. The church is of significant historical importance, and in fact, it is where many patriarchs of the Coptic Church were elected. The first to be elected here was Patriarch Isaac in 689 to 692. It is the Episcopal Church of Cairo, and it was the Episcopal See of Misr, the district of Cairo. That replaced the former See of Babylon. Many bishops of the see were consecrated in the church until the reign of Patriarch in 1047 to 1077. The Egyptian Museum in Cairo, or commonly known as Egyptian Museum, located in Cairo, Egypt, houses the largest collection of Egyptian antiquities in the world. It houses over 120,000 items with a representative amount on display. Located in a building built in 1901, it is the largest museum in Africa. Among its masterpieces are Pharaoh Tutankhamun's treasure, including its iconic gold burial mask, widely considered one of the best work of art in the world and prominent symbol of ancient Egypt. The Mask of Tutankhamun is a gold funerary mask of the 18th dynasty ancient Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun, reigned from 1334 to 1325 BC. After being buried for over 3,000 years, it was excavated by Howard Carter in 1925 from tomb KV62 in the Valley of the Kings and is now in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. The death mask is one of the best known works of art in the world and prominent symbol of ancient Egypt. A mummy is a dead human or animal whose soft tissues and organs have been preserved by either intentional or accidental exposure to chemicals, extreme cold, very low humidity, or lack of air, so that the recovered body does not decay further if kept in cool and dry condition. Some authorities restrict the use of term bodies deliberately involved with chemicals, but the use of the word to cover accidentally desiccated bodies goes back at least 1615 AD. Egyptian museum. Sarcophagus. Some gilded. Pwede na tayo magbulalo rito, guys. Yeah, pottery. Wala nang iskaparate. Nubos na. Close. Ayan, yung mga ano. Show it. Jewelries. Really wala nang laman. They already moved it to the Grand Egyptian Museum. So halos wala nang laman. Ayan. There. Ayan. kami. Picture na kami na. Diba tayo? Ayan, dito sila. Ano nga? Stone. There. And going down. Those pottery scrolls. And going down. Still descending. Ayan. And kasi malaki tong lugar na to. And ayan. Ayan. Ito yung ng movie na The Mummy. Okay, so I'm going out. Bye! In the garden adjacent to the building of the museum is a memorial to famous Egyptologists of the world. It features a monument to Auguste Mariette, surrounded by 24 busts of the other Egyptologists. The Giza Pyramid Complex in Egypt is home to the Great Pyramid, the Pyramid of Khafre, the Pyramid of Menkaure, along with the other associated pyramid complexes and the Great Sphinx. All were built during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom of Ancient Egypt between 2600 and 2500 BC. The site also includes several temples.
Thank you very much. Check it out. Ready, lady?
We enjoy the day in Egypt, and the following day will be our last day, then going back to Manila. Pagod much, pero alam nyo, masaya. Grabe. The citadel of Cairo, or citadel of Saladin, is a medieval Islamic-era fortification in Cairo, Egypt, built by Saladin and further developed by subsequent Egyptian rulers. It was the seat of government in Egypt and the residence of its ruler for nearly 700 years, from 13th to 19th century. The Great Mosque of Muhammad Ali Pasha, or Alabaster Mosque, is a mosque situated in the citadel of Cairo in Egypt and was commissioned by Muhammad Ali Pasha between 1830 and 1848. Cairo Flea Market. This is one of the largest flea markets in Cairo, which is located in the middle of the City of the Dead, under El Tonsi Bridge near the Citadel of Saladin, and you will be able to find there almost of what you need with the best possible tour prices. Our 10-day pilgrimage in Holy Land, plus in Jordan and in Egypt, had already ended. This is an experience of a lifetime that would last forever. Sabi ko nga, hindi lahat ng mga Pilipino ay kasing palad namin na nakarating sa lupang tinapakan ng ating Panginoon. It is really a walking Bible. Excitement, curiosity, saya, hirap, pagsasakripisyo, pagmamahal, at panalangin. Yan ang aming naranasan. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nagbigay suporta sa aming paglalakbay na ito. To my kuyas and ate, to the staff of the hotels that we stayed, to A-List Travel and Tours, to our chaplain, Father Jojo and Father June, to our tour guides, Mona, Abed, and Riza, to our drivers, to the locals that we met in every place that we went to, sa mga nakasama namin sa aming pilgrimage, and of course, to my sponsors. Bank of the Philippine Islands, Poblacion Bacoor, and HSBC Fort Bonifacio. Maraming salamat. Life is a journey that must be traveled no matter how bad the roads and accommodations. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Lord, sa paggabay sa amin, sa aming paglalakbay. Ganun din sa mahal na ina, lalo na sa ina ng mabuting paglalakbay. Maraming salamat. Sa iyo na sumubaybay sa Terra Sancta series, maraming salamat. Shalom.